Imagine the following scenario. You've built an email list throughout the years full of potential customers. You're preparing your best email campaign out there. You send it out expecting sales, but instead you're landing in spam. No opens, no clicks, no sales. Now here's what's scary. You might not even know that it's happening. And you could imagine this is definitely not a small problem. It's costing brands hundreds of thousands of extra revenue per year. Take one of our clients as an example. They were in the exact same situation. Their emails were underperforming. Even worse, they were not even reaching the inboxes. But in just 31 days, we fixed the deliverability, re-engaged their audience, and basically increased their email revenue by 1,302%. We went from 4,500 euros per month in email revenue to over 79,000 per month in email revenue. My name is Lucas and I helped dozens and dozens of brands, pretty much like yours, recover their lost revenue through the best email strategies out there, including, of course, fixing their deliverability. So if your emails are landing in spam or you're suffering from lower open rates, lower engagement, and obviously lower sales than compared to last month, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you the technical fixes to make sure you're actually landing in the inbox. And I'm going to show you how we revive this old dead email list into a thriving and engaged list in just 31 days, resulting in a 6-figure revenue per year automated machine. So if you want to learn all of this, make sure to stick till the end. Welcome to this video. I'm going to show you why your emails are going to spam and how to easily fix that in 30 days. Super excited to share all the golden nuggets in this document. But to cover things first, why are you actually landing in spam? Because if you understand why you're landing in spam, you will probably never ever face that issue again. Because to be honest, for a majority of our clients, we never really face that because we're doing all the stuff we know we should avoid. We avoid them. If we know what we need to do, we basically do it. So it's essentially never an issue, or like not really an issue on all the accounts we handle. But obviously when we take over accounts from in-house or other agencies, we sometimes see this issue and then basically follow the following protocol. So first things first, why are your emails landing in spam? The number one reason you are going to spam is simply because email providers think that you are a low quality or untrusted email sender. That's it. And why does that happen? First things first, you are probably sending to inactive or cold email lists. What does that exactly mean? So if you send thousands of emails to subscribers who haven't engaged in months or even worse, years, these email providers, the ESPs such as Google, Yahoo, Hotmail, whatever it is, they assume your content isn't really relevant, and that's why someone is not opening your stuff. So for example, our client had a 200,000 person email list, but they hadn't sent a campaign in nearly a year. So when they restarted, they almost got really no opens because their email, the ESPs like Gmail, they basically flagged their domain as low quality because no one was interacting with that, right? So what did we do that you can take as an example? We basically butchered the entire list into smaller chunks. We did not blast to like all 200K at once. What we did, we basically, as I said, cut this down and then we gradually warmed up the list over 31 days instead of like overwhelming ESPs by sending to everyone immediately. So if you want to take something out of this video, make sure that, if you haven't emailed your list in months, don't just send a massive blast, or like in general, don't send massive blasts. Start with your most engaged 30-day openers and work your way up. 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, you get it. That's basically the entire thing, because sending mass emails to your entire list absolutely demolishes your deliverability. Inactive subscribers, lower open rates, causing your future emails to land in spam. So as I said, create an engaged 30 days, maybe 60 days, maybe 120 days, everything beyond that. Sometimes send them an email to try to get them, but don't depend on them and send to them all the time. So how did this play out? We basically went from average open rates from 70% to 48% for this client specifically, which basically generated over 79K in extra revenue in just 1 month. If you want to have a tutorial on how to properly warm up your domain, make sure to watch this video on my channel because it basically goes through everything you need to know there. Second thing, your sending domain lacks authentication. What does that mean? It's a bit technical, but you need to have SPF, DKIM, and DMARC properly set up because otherwise email providers can verify that your emails are legit. This is To be honest, kind of the main reason emails land in spam, if you're doing everything correct, then there's probably a technical issue. And we just had that recently with like a big sender. We sent the first campaign out, like we were testing things. We basically do our spam test before we send out the first campaign, and it took super long till the image reaches the inbox. And also it took super long to get the email, first of all. And then second of all, it landed in spam. So we were just checking things, and we then saw, okay, the sending domain, basically got outdated, the integration. So that's what we did. We basically fixed everything. So here, for example, we set up the dedicated sending domain instead of using Klaviyo's shared one, but nowadays that's actually, not really recommended, but it's just a must-have because of Gmail and Yahoo changes from last year. We also implemented the SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records again, which improved trust signals. And then within 2 weeks, we basically jumped from 13% open rate to 36% open rate, and we're currently working our way up. If you want to check out, you can just use MXToolbox.com. You can just check everything there, SPF, DKIM, DMARC, and see if something needs improvement there. If you want to get some additional videos, make sure to watch some of my other videos. Here you have how to move over to a dedicated sending domain, and here you have one which covers how to set up your DMARC record for Klaviyo. Awesome. Next one, why are your emails going to the spam, is basically the whole thing about your emails itself, the content, right? You probably are running on words like hurry, limited spam, free, a limited time, free, everything that triggers spam filters. And there are actually like spam filter checks. You can just type it into Google and you will see like here spam checker. There are a lot of spam checkers that you can check, and you can just paste your entire message and see if that basically clashes with their filters, because obviously Gmail and stuff, they are not that stupid. They have their algorithm working for them, because if something is too fishy, they just basically throw you into the spam folder, and it's very hard to recover after that. So here are some subject lines that you can rewrite, and email copy that you can rewrite. In general, avoid spammy words, avoid excessive caps in subject lines. You can use, as I said, these tools, or for example, Glock apps, Spam Checker, really helpful tool as well to see if the email is getting into the inboxes for what email providers, and you might need to adjust it accordingly. Awesome. So that's why your emails are going to the spam in the first place. Now let's talk a little bit about the long-term best practices to stay out of spam. At this point, you fix the major issues, you understand why your emails are going to the spam. So now we need to have kind of a strategy to make sure that we basically keep out of that, right? The first one is definitely to maintain a consistent sending schedule. What does that mean? Basically, all those email providers, they like if you send some stuff consistently, right? If you don't, you basically end up sending 1 a month, and then suddenly 5 per week, and then 3 a day, whatever. Those email service providers, they basically flag your account as suspicious, because why would someone not do anything and then spam or like send a lot of emails at the same time, right? This is really weird. So how to fix that? Pretty easy. Just stick to 3 to 4 emails per week on regular dates, and just keep that going. If you want to increase volume, do that gradually, not just like boom, all of a sudden, maybe over 2 or 3 weeks. And then, as I said, avoid sudden spikes in email frequency. Don't just blast 5 a day out of nowhere. So that's basically what we usually do when it comes to the sending schedule. Let's talk a little bit about email list cleaning, which is getting more and more important in terms of billing, right? So you definitely want to keep inactive and fake emails out of your sender schedule, or like your sending volume. So basically, because obviously that hurts engagement rates, and therefore the email service providers, they will basically penalize you because you have high bounce rates, low open rates, etc., etc. So basically what to do every 90 days, remove your unengaged subscribers. You can now use a sunset flow unengaged as well, because of the billing updates, to gradually reduce volume instead of mass deleting. And you can also run email validation tools like, for example, Neverbounce, to clean up fake emails. If you want to do that manually, you can do that. What we did, for example, here, we for one client, we improved this. We basically used Neverbounce to manually validate things, and we improved the open rates by 21% just by doing that. And we also reduced spam complaints by 60%. Awesome. Next one, a bit of a content thing as well. You need to use more text, fewer images, and then I have a little hack for you. So emails with too many images, and it's an ongoing discussion for ages, but it's just fact that the more stuff, the more images you have, the more often get flagged as spam, or it's very hard to read for some inboxes. So some inboxes basically block you by default. So how to fix that? Keep emails at least 50% of the text. And here's what we do, because essentially if you just run text, it's not looking that good. And if you try to combine, it's also very hard, because sometimes you then have dark mode issues. It's like basically you have to see what issues you want to have, right? But a little hack that we usually do is we work with images, but then in the body we basically use this big ass mission statement block to basically increase the text to image ratio, right? Also, make sure to use alternate text for images if they don't load. At least people have a bit of context to the images. And then definitely avoid embedding videos or oversized GIFs. Use something else, compress your images, stuff like that. That also helps a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got some value out of it, and you can definitely see how you can adjust your content. But if your emails are currently landing in spam, then definitely don't wait a single second more when it comes to adjusting your strategy, because you're losing thousands and thousands of dollars every single day. If you want an expert to take a look at all your stuff, make sure to book your call. There's a link in the description that basically gets to my scheduler. We have a super casual conversation. I give you some value there. And then I have a look at your spam issues, and then you will basically be out of spam very, very fast, because we've done that dozens and dozens of times. So make sure to check that out. Other than that, I see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye-bye.